Please subscribe.
Excuse me. As I remain at the Miami media dispatch of the 2020 Mini Cooper SE Electric, I can't resist the urge to be struck by a feeling of history repeating itself. Organization authorities guarantee this is the main electric Mini, and they're correct, kinda sorta. I'm having a sensation that this has happened before in light of the fact that over 10 years back, I recall BMW's reawakened city vehicle brand overplaying another charming minimal electric, the Mini E. That model, while delivered in some volume, was rarely in fact available to be purchased. The organization manufactured hundreds as a component of a huge-scale worldwide test armada, bringing them to hand-picked shoppers and service organizations to assemble information and to test acknowledgement of electric vehicle life. Keep in mind, we're talking 2009, the beginning of present-day EVs, back when Elon Musk was all the while stuffing workstation batteries in a bunch of Lotus sports vehicles. It would be a very long time before Tesla's moonshot Model S would even break spread. You'd be excused for overlooking, yet Mini was an early pioneer in charge. Also, most who drove the brief 2009 to 2010 Mini E adored it, even with its constrained range and significantly checked reasonableness. The vehicle's battery pack was so cumbersome it required a rearseatectomy. As a little vehicle organization with upscale situating and a characteristic spotlight on urban driving, Mini appeared to be a characteristic fit to turn into a pioneer in electric autos, ostensibly significantly more so than Nissan at its first-gen Leaf, which propelled about a similar time. All things considered, Mini's exceptional costs apparently stood a superior possibility of retaining the significant expenses of early EV advancement. However, regardless of Mini's effective demonstrator armada test, the brand unplugged, going dull on the tech for 10 years, until this 2020 Cooper SE. Gracious, you could include the module mixture Mini Countryman that propelled in 2018, however I'm talking vehicles that sudden spike in demand for juice, the entire juice and only the juice. Rationally, that old 2009 Mini E and this new 2020 Cooper Electric offer a lot. In equipment terms, notwithstanding, they don't share to such an extent as a Mini image. All things considered, the pair share strikingly comparable particulars. Allowed over a time of innovative work time has gone between them, there's shockingly little sunshine between these two and some random exhibition zone. In spite of having less force, the new SE certainly has a speeding up edge, and it squeezes out a smidge more range, as well. In any case, in the present minimal electric market, one populated by any semblance of the second-gen Leaf, the Chevrolet Bolt EV, the Hyundai Kona Electric and Kia's Niro and forthcoming Soul EVs, this new 2020 Mini Cooper Electric path the pack on extent. It's in like manner no incredible shakes as far as increasing speed. Notwithstanding the entirety of that, considerably following a day spent blending it up in southern Florida's scornful, entropic unpredictable traffic, I'm strangely enchanted and end up pulling for this little electric vehicle. Look past those spec sheet numbers, and the new SE improves a much case for itself than its inaccessible family member. This 2020 model positively has incredibly improved reasonableness as a four-seater, having a similar size bring forth as its gas partner, 8.7 cubic feet, 34 with the back seats collapsed. The SE has improved charging capacities, as well. Air conditioning charge rates at 7.4 kilowatts work out to a 4-hour charge time. In the event that you can locate a 50 kilowatt DC quick charger, you're taking a gander at 80% recharging in a short time. And afterward, obviously, there's the new vehicle's abundance of present-day accommodation and security includes, its progressively hardy inclination lodge, etc. There's one progressively key criteria that, at any rate for me, without any assistance revises this current vehicle's account, diverting it from a disillusioning likewise hurried to a shockingly convincing suggestion: cost. The 2020 Mini Cooper SE begins at $29,900 in base signature appearance, a similar beginning MSRP as a 2020 Nissan Leaf. In addition, in any event, when alternative-free, the Mini accompanies an entire host of standard highlights, including round, Apple CarPlay incorporation and full LED lighting. Inside its own showroom, the SE lines up best as far as specs with the mid-range Mini Cooper S hardtop signature, which is really costlier at $30,900. All the more critically, the SE's battery powertrain qualifies it for a $7,500 government charge credit, also state and neighborhood motivations. Contingent upon where you live, that implies you might stop one of these in your carport for well under $20,000. Present-day Minis have once in a while, if at any point, bin incentives. However, this one changes the principles. It's adequately a similar cost as the Doubtier Leaf and a huge number less expensive than its essential BEV rivals from the US and Korea. Don't bother any Tesla Model 3 examinations. At $39,900 before conveyance, a standard Range Plus is a lot costlier, however it conveys essentially bigger measurements and a lot better. Since we've gotten those exhausting however significant math exercises off the beaten path, it's an ideal opportunity to check whether you may really need one. We should begin with the SE looks. We've had since 2014 to grasp this third age F56 Mini's appearance. The present Mini hardtop is the bubbly fancy goldfish to the first 2001 Time R50's Finding Nemo. Both are charming, yet to my eye, the present model is notably showier, outwardly fussier and at last less outwardly charming. The progress to F hasn't brought numerous visual changes, however I like what the organization has done while in transit to charge. Key contrasts incorporate a smoothed-out front grille with male space consumption, a one-of-a-kind backguard trim and different highlighter yellow accents. The first-rate iconic trim I tried, $36,900 in addition to choices and conveyance, likewise includes a lot of surprising 17-inch wheels. The last are somewhat occupied by virtue of their knurled edge itemizing, however I like the one-of-a-kind topsy-turvy tucked design. Try not to stress, in case you're progressively moderate, or simply increasingly economical, regular 16-inch compounds please lesser models. Inside, things are generally unaltered, with the most noteworthy distinction being the substitution of an oval advanced punch instead of the gas coupers covering simple measures. Alongside conventional capacities like vehicle speed, the 5.5-inch screen shows the battery's condition of charge, accessible range and drive mode, alongside select route and sound data. The Mini SE likewise gets the new joystick-like electronic gearshift selector found in the modified Clubman 5-seater, marginally amended switchgear and a supportive coordinating yellow accents. Everything functions admirably enough, however some ergonomics stay fastidious in light of a legitimate concern for design overcapacity, shifter notwithstanding. My stack test vehicle additionally includes a bigger, 8.8-inch touchscreen, a 6.5-inch unit comes standard, yet all models accompany implanted route. Oddly, the last maps at the same time show both charging areas and service stations, perhaps on the off chance that you build up a Slurpee longing for. Strangely, I've left conversation of the 2020 Mini Cooper SE's exhibition as far as possible, in light of the fact that my drive was tragically constrained in both time and dynamic chances. Basically, Miami's level, straight and traffic-gagged streets make for a hopeless spot to survey a vehicle for something besides driving habits. Luckily, driving is probably going to be essential to many electric proprietors, and right now, little juicebox shimmers. It takes a couple of miles to become acclimated to the SE's deceleration rate on the off chance that you have its customizable regenerative braking on its high setting as I did more often than not. In any case, when you get accustomed, this one-pedal driving technique is completely agreeable and it at the same time stashes whatever number electrons away for later uses could be allowed. With the BMW i3-sourced electric engine's 199 pound-feet of torque accessible from the minute you plant your correct foot, off-the-line speeding up feels really energetic, and the Mini's clean impression makes it simple to misuse holes and rush hour gridlock that may some way or another be wasted by bigger vehicles. At 6.9 seconds, the SE's 0 to 60 mph time is eventually more slow than the gas Cooper's 6.5 seconds, yet it's speedier than the base Cooper, 7.5, and its 0 to 30 mph direness feels better than both. The SE's lithium particle battery is orchestrated in a T development, and Mini has raised the model's ground freedom somewhat to sink the pack low in the casing rails while as yet permitting enough sunlight underneath to secure the cells. You'd imagine that higher ride dullness would debase dealing with, yet with the battery pack's considerable haul mounted so low, Mini says the vehicle's focal point of gravity is really 1.2 crawls underneath that of a Cooper S. The SE's optimal 50-50 weight appropriation, snappy rack and pinion electric force guiding and interestingly adjusted dependability control should make for more engaging dealing with than any EV in its group. Lamentably, it'll take a day with either windier streets and substantially less traffic or a shut course to try and get this current vehicle's 205/45 R17 arrangement Goodyear F1 summer run level elastic up to temperature, let alone to pass complete judgment. What I can let you know is that the Mini Electric cheerfully handles raised interstate speeds, an inclination that works from the minute you assault an on-ramp and acknowledge how level and planted the body feels. Particularly in the event that you've never determined an EV, This present vehicle's unassuming 93 mph Vmax and little size may recommend it'd be despondent on the expressway, yet the Mini feels better, its front swagger/back multi-line suspension conveying a normally Euro-firm however well-damped ride and its electric engine offering a lot of passing force. It takes a couple of miles to become acclimated to the SE's deceleration rate in the event that you have its customizable regenerative braking on its high setting, as I did more often than not. Notwithstanding, when you get accustomed, this one-pedal driving strategy is altogether agreeable, and it all the while stashes whatever number electrons away for later use as could be expected under the circumstances. With the BMW i3 sourced electric engine's 199 pound-feet of torque accessible from the minute you plant your correct foot, off the line increasing speed feels GE.